just working, man.
I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious, I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
Hey, can y'all hear it? Wait. Let me run a check. I didn't even run a check. Can y'all hear the music? Thumbs up if you can hear the music. Thumbs up. All I need is one. Thumbs up if you can hear the music. Oh, no, sir. All right. Jeez. So you can hear everything I'm doing except for the music. All right, stand by. It's a live show. Don't trip.
And we're back. Try it again. That's the shoulders, the bass line. All right, welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in, sit down, come on in, welcome in. Lamont King's All Fun and Games with John Watson, the Friday edition. Something like a podcast. Interesting people, celebrity guests, trending topics, and hilarious commentary all rolled into one. 6 p.m. East Coast. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast. I see you. Appreciate you. Come on in. Have a seat. Come on in. Ooh, spicy. Got a little cough that I don't want to let y'all hear. But it's because of that. Yeah. Welcome. Come on into the program. Come on in. Welcome. Good to see you. John is he went Trevor Noah today. He's taking the day off. John has it off today. So much needed. He needed some rest. He's been working hard for the last 22 years. And so he said today he needed. You know what I mean? But it's all me. Let me with the phone. No, I ain't gonna put the phone up. You just hit the link on the thing. I see some I'm checking in the chat. Shout out to all the day ones in the chat. Good to see you. First timers, welcome. While you're here, make sure you hit the thumbs up and turn the notifications on and all that. Share the page. Why don't you do that so we can expand? I see about 50 people watching right now. I'm trying to get it to 100. So, the more we comment in the chat and the more you send it to people and tell people, then it could happen. So there's that. How was your week, everybody? Good? Everything cool? I see, I'm looking in the chat. I see that someone has a birthday. Oh, okay, Jay Lee. Hey, happy birthday, Jay Lee. All right, who knew? All right, good. Happy birthday. How's everybody else? Everybody cooling, man? What y'all getting into? What y'all been into? Nice. All right, keep it to yourself. Appreciate it. Good to see y'all. So, slow news week. Interesting enough. There are a few things I want to talk about. I want to show y'all some funny videos, funny stories, and then I want to talk about Lizzo, man, because I need y'all opinion. Definitely a slow news week when the controversy arises over somebody blowing a flute, if you will, and I just found that interesting. Like nothing. No Brittany Griner, nothing. No more emails over. What'd I tell y'all? 48 hours. That's all you get. The news cycle is 48 hours. No more email. No more Brett Favre. It was all good a week ago. We were just here a week ago. And it's done? I can't even get no coverage. And then the latest story in football. I don't know if y'all watched last night, Thursday night football. Scary, man. Scary stuff with Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa suffering another back-to-back concussion. That, man, he might be out of football. It's folks saying he might be out of football, period, in the story. Saying that these professional sports organizations, that was a lot of the conversation between yesterday and today. A lot of these professional sports organizations just really don't care about the players, the product. And this was an example of it. We'll talk about that more later. So if you want to get on, I'll put the link to join the show in the chat. I'll try to put it in YouTube and Facebook. Last week I had an issue with putting it in the Facebook, putting it in the face. Well, there's that. But let me know if you see it, if you want to jump on. Tua was hurt in college. Yeah, he's been flimsy. Yeah, but still, we'll get to that. I may bring you on our West Coast contributor Haynes to talk about it. But first off, shout out to homecoming season. Everybody that's celebrating homecoming. Most importantly, Bowie State University, who has their homecoming weekend tomorrow. But I don't know if it's going to be a washout because it's the rain has started. The remnants of Hurricane Ian. Want to send some TNP out to everybody in Florida and the Gulf Coast and who survived it but have to start the process of rebuilding. And also parts of Georgia, South Carolina, and it's moving up the coast right now. Everybody that's really batting down, digging in, and taking on that storm. We're thinking about y'all, and it is coming this way. It probably won't be as severe by the time it gets up here, but so we think about you. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. What else? CBC was in town in D.C., Congressional Black Caucus annual legislative conference, which is just an excuse for a lot of important looking Black people to, get dressed up and party and drink. There were some think tanks. There were some policy seminars during the week. I didn't get a chance to. There was a time when I used to go to everything, all things CBC back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I'm talking 20 years ago. And I used to, moderate panels, and I used to be invited to host parties and all that. But not anymore, not so much. And this was the first one they've had in about 3 years, I would say. And so it's when all the bourgeoisie, the elite Blacks invade Washington, D.C. for a week and talk about how we're going to improve the Black condition, the condition of Blacks in America, and then get drunk, and then they go home and wait till next year. So that's what that was, CBC. Yeah, AJ Curtin says, I just went to the parties. Yeah, there was that. And they're still going. They're still going. But beautiful situation. I went to an event last night. I ran into an old friend of mine from Cali, and I'm going to have him on. So this guy by the name of Rex Richardson, do your Googles. Ran into him in a spot yesterday. He's up right now he's running for mayor of Long Beach, California, right? And he's the front runner. And the election is November 8th. Young guy, real, smart, ahead of the curve, big situation, but he's such on his game. I've known him since about 2005 or 6 and saw him yesterday. And it was almost as if, when you don't see somebody for a long time and then you see him again, it's like, damn, you've grown, how much you've grown. He's such the campaign guy. When I saw him yesterday in conversation, like a Barackish, like a young Barack, and he was rattling off like stats and info about Long Beach that I had never known. And I was like, man, he said, I'll give you a few examples. He was saying how most people don't realize Long Beach, California, just for my West Coast folks, Long Beach, California has as many, if not more, Black population than the city of Los Angeles. And I lived there, and I didn't know that. He said we're as big as St. Louis, big as Atlanta, and he named another city or whatever. And he was saying how, we're going to come up in economic development and money, they're moving money around in education and all this other stuff. And then he said, my biggest, my largest donors are national donors. So he has national appeal. He's gotten most of his money for his campaign. We can't win. This is me and him talking. Can't win elections without money, so I got to raise money. That's why I'm out here in D.C. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, you talk that talk, daddy-o. You know what I'm saying? So he was saying how his goal was 1.4, is 1.4. And to date, he's raised 1.2. And I was like, damn, okay, you the real kind. And so I'm standing there with a couple people, and I said, so wait a minute, you raised 1.2, but you got to get to 1.4. Oh, shit, my man, what you need? You just short 200 grand? Oh, we can round that up right here in this room, like literally. So I'm a cool cat too, real high energy, from Long Beach. He from the city. He from it. He from soil. We'll get him on the show, man. We'll talk to y'all, and we'll have a good rap. And maybe, do a little fundraising on here. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. All right, let's get to it, man. Let's play with some stories, man. I ain't gonna be here I ain't gonna hold y'all all evening, man. It's like I said, slow news week. Getting ready for this crappy weather that's gonna roll in. All right, let me say something before y'all get questions. Willette whiskey, right? And it's in bourbon, and it's in a bottle that looks like a still. Very, very unique bottle of bourbon. Don't fool with it. It's not good at all. So there's that. It has such a spicy finish. It keeps making me cough. Not good. Doesn't taste well. All right, let's get to it. All right, I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna piss y'all off already. Let's go right to it, man. I ain't even gonna waste no time, man, being all trying to pontificate and be all heavy. Let's go to the messy internet off the rip. I'm gonna sit back and let y'all read this and watch. And then we're gonna talk amongst ourselves. All right, let's see here. So this is courtesy of the Shade Room. And the Shade Room was reposting a post from Dwayne Wade. Dwayne, however you think it needs to be pronounced. He identifies as Dwayne. And his child, Zaya. This is on his child Zaya's Instagram. And he says, for Zaya's mental health and privacy, we've decided not to allow the hate into her comments. Thank you for wanting to spread and send her love. So apparently, D Wade has felt the need to let y'all know that they turning the comments off on the post of his child Zaya. So they feel like they got to let you know. So because the internet is such a foul and vile place, we want to let y'all know that respectfully, we going to turn the comments off. You know, we know what y'all going to say, and we know how y'all are. All right, so it's a couple things here, and I'd love to know your thoughts about it. So check the chat for the link to jump on the show. How about not post? Sure, it's free. The internet is free. It's America. It's free to do what you want to do. But what you think is going to happen? You obviously know we are not mature as a people and a society to not say stuff. Like, that's what the comment section is for. That's the place. That's the bully pulpit, like, where people will say things that they would never say in public, but you know that. And making a post like this, making an announcement saying, to protect my child's mental health, we're going to turn the comments off. Well, if you want to protect your child's mental health, don't post. Like, y'all and I stand by this respectfully. Attention whores. The lot of them. The amount of the level of attention whoring. I get what you're trying to do with your child and your child's living in their truth. But I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna jump out there, man. I'm a fan of the dude that identifies as D Wade and all that, man. But I really think, and I can't be the only one that thinks that I really think he's living vicariously through his job. I really do. This ain't got nothing to do with, am I mispronouncing? And they ain't got nothing to do with cisgender and the argument of letting people be what they want to be. I really think Dwayne is living vicariously through Zaya. That's what I think. And like it or not, I think that's what it is. Let's look at that one more time. Let's look at that, because it's an amazing it's an amazing the transformation. I'm mature. The transformation is incredible. Like, that's not even no joke. I incredible. There's no other word. I don't care what you proper, appropriate, unnecessary, evil. It's a sin. You could slide all that off the table. What I'm saying is, from a work standpoint, from an ability to transform into something else, the transformation is incredible. I don't even know. There's no other way to say it. I say it so you won't have to. Put it that way. Who knows what the next few years, like the child ain't even maybe 13, 14 at this point. Somebody tell me, how old is Zaya? But if before you were the type of person that was scrutinizing the whole move, and you saying to yourself, man, that's a little boy, man, that's his son. He born his son, and he's always gonna be his son. I'm calling him Zion, man. Mama named him Zion, I'm gonna name him Zion. I'm gonna call him Zion, right? You could be that person, right? But when you see the transformation, there's nothing boy about the individual that's in this video. So I know EJ, Magic Johnson's son, looking like, wait a minute, I could have. So there's that. I'd love to hear y'all take on it. Jump on if you want to. I'll put the link in the chat. Too much or not enough? Is that fair or a fair request for people who seek the attention of others, such as Dwayne and Gabrielle, in showing us every aspect of this transition? Is that fair to ask people, to be like, respect our wishes for the mental health of our child? We turn off the comments. We know y'all gonna say mean things. Is that fair to even put your child in that position, and then not expect people to go that route? I'd love to hear it. All right. So let me see. Cutie Pie says, so let me get this straight. You put your child all over the internet, but we can't comment. Get the hell out of here with that BS. Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. That video on loop. You're gonna see that in your sleep. I'll tell you that. That's just what that's gonna be. Shout out to Dwayne Wade living vicariously through his child, because that's all that is. All right. You listen. I'm ahead of my time. I'm telling you, 3 to 5 years. That's what it's going to be. And you're going to look up and you're going to see Wade on something in a particular way. And you'll be like, damn, Lamont did say that 5 years ago.
See this?
All right. All right, let's go to this right here. Rich Rude in the Rude Weatherman. In the Rude Weatherman category. Oh, that's just bad bourbon. Oh, man, terrible. In the Rude... let me hold on. That's not it.
See this?
All right, let's go to Shepard Smith. I think that's who it is.
This moves 20 miles to the west, and you and everyone you know are dead. All of you. Because you can't survive it. It's not possible unless you're very, very lucky. And your kids die too.
All right, it's going to start over.
See this? Melbourne, Daytona Beach, all the way up to Jacksonville. This moves 20 miles to the west, and you and everyone you know are dead. All of you. Because you can't survive it. It's not possible unless you're very, very lucky.
Now, this is the internet, so I'm willing to bet you that this clip is not recent. and just by looking at the path of the hurricane. But even still, what a dick. Like, that's just bad weathermanning. I mean, I love the transparency, but come on, man. Who are you broadcasting to? Like, you're broadcasting to people that's in the path. I'm sure. And your rap is,
and you and
hey, man,
everyone you know are dead.
you and everyone you
All
know.
of you.
And your kids.
Because you can't survive it.
Yeah.
It's not possible unless you're very, very lucky. And your kids die too.
Oh, jeez. And we know that, you know, we've seen this before. There's there are some, on some levels, you cannot evacuate a whole state. So there are some people who just not going to get out. I'd hate to be one of them watching the news and you telling me that a huff and a puff is coming through, and if you didn't leave, I'm telling you right now, from the comfort of this newsroom, you're dead meat. And your kids too. I mean, come on, man. All right, Haynes says the sun came out and they downgraded it to a tropical storm. In some states, I think by the time it gets here, it's just going to be heavy rain. So I'm fine with that. But yeah, Shepard Smith on that boogeyman business, you know, that's what they do over there. But that's so rude. That's just you couldn't say it any other way. Like there's no other way that if you're in the path of this destruction, it's not looking good for you. You know what I'm saying? If you stuck around, we're gonna send thoughts and prayers. If you know, good luck. Not if you're here, if you're anywhere in this area here, you're toast. You're dead and stinking. And your kids. All right, let's keep it moving. I just thought that was funny. All right, let's get serious for a quick minute. Any white folks in here on the chat? Thumbs up if you one of the whites. I don't know. Years ago, man, I used to watch clips of Jane Elliott and Frances Cress Welsing, and they used to ask the question to these audiences. Used to do these little I don't know what you would call them, but there's footage on the internet of these old videos of these sessions that they would have with the whites, and they would be like, was there anybody in here that, knowing the current environment and climate in our society, would change places with a black person? And of course, every time they do it, no one says that they would switch. I always thought that was fascinating because, you could ask that everywhere today. I guarantee you, nobody's, even allies and people who don't like racism, nobody's going to say that they would be willing to switch. I mean, you can ask a white academic, a white social worker, a white parent with black kids, black spouse. They're all going to say no, because deep down inside, no matter how happy and post-racial they want to paint America, they know that America is hell on black folks. So in no situation, unless I think the only way this would, I'm gonna play the clip and then I'm gonna pontificate on the other side once you watch it. So somebody did this recently, and so you'll see where I'm going with this. Somebody did this recently. Where that? Hold on, I gotta find the clip. Somebody did this recently, and I'll give you some context. All right, here we go.
With a black person in this society? Raise your hand.
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, it's yes or no. How many of you would do it?
I needed a Hispanic very dark.
No, I'm not talking about Hispanic. The question is.
But I was going to have children, so I spent many years thinking of myself of having very dark-skinned children.
The question is, how many of you would be willing to trade places in this society with a black person?
I think I would.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'm not saying there's not racism. Absolutely not. It's just saying I don't see it.
Yeah, but you know how racist this country is.
Not to the degree that you do.
Oh, no, you will never know. You know, in this country, we created the criminalization of black people. And when your skin is seen as a weapon, you're never unarmed. And that's why black boys and men and women are dying in the street with their hands up.
So
Any other you
I'm gonna let you at the beginning.
would trade places with a black person in this society? Raise your hand.
I don't know the
I
answer.
mean, deep thought though.
Well, it's yes or no.
Deep thought. So when she circles back around and asks it again after the explanation, one lady says, absolutely not. Because they know what time it is. But to not one. Because you already know what the value in the gift of privilege is worth. Like nobody's gonna volunteer to do that, knowing how things are. You could be all the ally in the world and peace, and I don't see color and all that. Yeah, I bet your ass will see it if you switched. Any white people in the chat, man. All right. Now, speaking of, I like the way you're thinking, Haynes. There's maybe one person who would volunteer, and apparently she has done so. And Rachel Dolezal, if y'all remember, NAACP president, born as white, but identifies black. She's cis white. She was cis white, CIS white. Apparently, she has OnlyFans. Who knew? First of all, and recently her pictures leaked, and the internet went nuts. Let me hear the story from the New York Post. See if they show some pictures. I hope they do, because I ain't seen the pictures yet. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, turkey leg. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. No. What if she can't do that? What does she know about that tattoo? Oh, wait a minute. I haven't even seen this story. You've never seen her ass. Anyway, but I have that tattoo. No, you can't do that. You can't put that tattoo on your hocks. I have the same tattoo. Oh, this is unnerving. All right, let me finish this. I'll come back to that later. All right, let's start over, actually. No, I don't agree. I don't agree with this. Okay, Phil. Oh, good one. Okay, that's good, because you never know. She'll mess around and get a endorsement deal from Rihanna. So all you gotta do is say you did it.
This is a state of near collusion.
Say you did
around the idea of what you pay hourly workers. I mean, it is everything short of collusion, in the sense that if I go to McDonald's, if I go to Wendy's, if I go to Amazon, if I go to a lot of...
Wait a minute, I had to. It's a live show, don't trip. I was trying to close the window and it started making noise. All right, for Live on the Street, introspection on Rachel's ham hocks and the sorcery that is her turkey leg. Right now, who's broadcasting live from the CBC.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, wait. Yeah. If you could, John, I know the hurricane is bearing down. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm live in Washington, D.C. The winds are picking up. Can you see that branch winds?
Yes.
The winds are picking up.
They're just looking crazy. You're getting blown around out there. You're just...
Yeah. I have a low haircut.
Yeah.
Staying in the same place. But the forecast...
If you could you swing the camera around and show that white building behind you? Is that that's the strip club? Is that the strip club? That looks like...
That is party event Command Central.
Okay.
There are polls there. Pollsters. They'll be polling there. They'll be polling from that venue.
Okay. Good. All right. So
there's been an influx of African Americans in the Washington D.C.
Yes.
It's weird. Melanin in the city this week. As we know,
for 1 week only, it's Return to Chocolate City for 1 week only. Yeah.
For 1 week only, you can experience what DC was 90s and 2000s.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Professional, suit wearing, well groomed,
Yeah. Well-to-do.
well-to-do go-getters in the city. But you have to get here this weekend. Bring a suit, bring a tuxedo, bring your gown of the atmosphere here.
And bring your best diction as well, because a lot of the people I ran across, they speak so well. I mean, they just
yes, you
well
have to come
spoken.
with your Kanye ABC
Yes.
morning show interview voice. Come with the vernaculars, and if you do come with the vernaculars, it has to be as an aside. Just, we out here, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You have to go right back to it, to satisfy the masses. I'm at one of several CCF events. I'm headed to another one shortly that more sponsored by the CBCF. It's called the Black Party. Oddly enough.
Oh, the notorious Black Party. Yes.
Oh, is that notorious? Okay. I just.
Oh yeah. You never been?
No, never been.
Oh, okay. Well, let me get you ready. Okay, so think, professional, progressive, young black, future, highly educated, and they're going to be playing Future all night. It's going to be the most hood intensive, ratchet situation of dressed up black people you ever want to see.
That's good to know, because that means, in my uniform, I'm going in as a corporate sponsor to the corporate event.
Oh, nice.
When that's over, I'm going to leave. I'll be on afterwards.
Yeah, because there's going to be a certain hour where it switches to like Shy Glizzy and Lil Durk. Yeah,
it's what we like. I don't want to be there for the shift change.
Yeah. Well, we wish you the best, and I can see that the winds are taking a toll on your reception.
The winds are taking a toll. Audio for a moment, so I can get closer to the microphone.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
there we go. Yeah. Oh, that was worse. That didn't improve. Okay, you might want to switch video back on. The winds, 100-mile-an-hour winds are really. All right, we're gonna see. We lost him, and we lost John there. So we're gonna see if we can get him back on scene. John Watson live on scene at CBC Congressional Black Caucus in Washington D.C. bracing hurricane reporting. Amazing. And so we're going to see if we can pick him back up. Oh, here he is. Let's see. Let's bring John back in.
All right,
John,
back? I was hit by an if you will. I'm okay.
Okay.
Small laceration to the forehead, but tomorrow on deck, if God willing, we'll have the oddly enough, if I can make it, Lamont.
If you can make it to what?
Will Smith film.
Oh, he has a film. When did he do this film?
I don't know. It's I can give you more details afterward already, but it was something that I believe he filmed some time ago, and if I can make schedule at this point is horrendous.
Okay. Is he going to be in town? He's in town for the screening?
I can confirm and may deny that he may answer words afterwards. So if I can make it, I'll report to you. Also, we'll be wearing a catcher's mask.
Yeah.
Should out one-on-one.
Yes.
Because I don't
make
want
sure
any.
Make sure your G's are up.
Make sure my G's are up.
Yeah.
And then then we're headed to another tomorrow night. Also for in my corporate capacity.
Okay.
Once the weekend is through, it's a lot going on out here in these streets.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you reporting live, John Watson, ladies and gentlemen, bringing us the latest on the hurricane ravaged CBC.
Ravaged the city. Movie Sharknado, when it blew a bunch of sharks into town. It's like Black NATO. They just blew it down all of a sudden.
Yes. Everywhere you look, it's just
very strange.
Blacks.
Just blacks in suits. It's very, very, very and intimidating at the same time. I don't know why, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, and be careful, man. It's I was out last night briefly. The business card game is heavy, and I can't understand it because it's 2022. So be careful because they're gonna try to load you up on business cards.
Yes. I purposely brought none with me.
As you should. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Lamont, back to you in the studio.
Okay. All right. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's John Watson live on scene. Man. Sounds exciting. We'll look for more reports from him as the story unfolds. All right, let's get back to it. Black NATO. Man, you blacks are too much sometimes. No, but for real, if you've ever been to CBC, wait a minute, hold on. This is a live show, don't trip. If you've ever been, what could I compare it to? I'm trying to figure out what could I compare it to. It's probably the most amazing collection of pretentious black people in one place at one time doing the same thing that you could ever want to imagine. Now, I don't know. I only saw a piece, as a small glimpse yesterday evening. I don't know. I saw somebody ask in the chat. I don't know what the numbers were like this year. This is the first one back post-COVID. The weather has been approaching all week. So it's been good up until now. So I don't know what it's like down there on scene, all jokes aside. But when I tell you CBC used to be, people used to come here like Essence, people that are close to politics, close to, the movers and shakers. And it's a lot of people that still don't know what CBC is, CBC week is. But a lot of the, discussion on how to move blacks forward and what are we doing as a people and how we affect policy and get some legislation going for black folks. That's what happens this week. Now, what gets ultimately rolled out for the remainder of the year? I'll never know. I don't go to the website, but I'm sure there's something by way of policy. But then, so we got to be fair and balanced. There are some detractors of CBC who say over the years that nothing ever gets done. So then there's that. You got to do your research. Like, CBC would be the opportune time for the academic, talented, black folks en masse to come to DC and really shut things down from a policy standpoint. Like, this is what we're doing. The platinum plan, could be unfurled at CBC week. Police reform. We in suit, we suited and booted, talented temp, we speak well. We want change today. Like that could have the type of people that come and the numbers that could. But there are some detractors who say that because it doesn't happen, it's just one big party. So, hey, I'm just a witness and an observer. So there's that. All right, let's get to it, man. The final story. Haynes says Essence Fest meets an Amway seminar, but a little dressier. A little dressier. Jack and Jill meets Freaknik. Wait a minute. That might be it. That's close. That's close. All right. Here's the last story I want to touch on. This is what happened this week. Oh, did I lose it? Oh no, here you go. Okay. And make sure it starts as soon as y'all see it. This video got a million views on Twitter. Somebody's. All right, Lizzo came to DC and did a concert. Lizzo's huge star. Big fan base. And she played one of our arenas. I don't even know where she played at. But anyway, what I saw on the news was she was being saluted and celebrated for being a classically trained flautist, which is a person that plays the flute. And so the Library of Congress loaned her this crystal flute belonging to former President James Madison, in which she actually played at the Library of Congress. I saw that clip too. I'm looking for it now. She played and bent over, did a little twerkage, but then they allowed her to take this item to the show and perform at the show with it. A 100-and-something-year-old crystal flute. How did that even get made? But personal belonging of President James Madison. Let's take a look at this because the internet went absolutely nuts. All right, let's watch this. Now this is footage, I guess, from somebody that was there. She said, "Bitch, I'm scared."
It's crystal. It's like playing out of a wine glass.
She said it's like playing out of a wine glass. Okay, we watch it again. So I thought it was fake at first, and I'll tell you why. I thought it was somebody off stage.
It's crystal. It's like playing out of a wine glass.
I thought it was somebody off stage flute syncing. I thought they was flute syncing. So look, let's pause. So where the noise of a flute come out of? I thought the noise come out the end of the flute. Anybody know? No wind instruments? I didn't know the noise came out the what you call it. I know y'all call me a weirdo, but I'd be noticing that's the first thing that I notice. Like, how you pay attention to that? No, I'm like, this is what I thought. I know it's probably not, but I thought it was fake because I thought the sound came out of the air end. All right, let's just keep playing. But I thought it was funny that the representatives, the people from the National Archives, it's like 12 feet away from her, scrutinizing. Okay, all right, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to where I was. All right, I'm going back home. I think it's fake again. I think it's fake again. All right, so anyway, the internet went crazy, and you ask yourself why. Haynes says, so the last mouth to play that flute had wooden teeth, and that's funny. And yes. Oh, okay, Nola says 200 years old. Oh, even better. Okay, even more special. All right, here's why the internet went nuts. Because one, they're bored, and two, you can pick a side of any topic and just debate the other side, even if the other side doesn't exist. All right. So there was one side of people who was like, how could they? She made a mockery of this United States relic, this relic of American history. And, she should have had more respect for it. And she bent over twerking and blah, blah, blah. And I heard that and I didn't receive it. Even when I first heard it, I was like, that's stupid. Why are you mad at that? But I saw a great recap of TikTok by a white, and I can't find it though. It went too fast in my timeline. But she basically broke it down and was like, "You're not even paying attention to what you're watching." James Madison was who he was. We all know he was one of those guys, and specifically. And I didn't do the work to verify this, but specifically, he was the architect of the 3/5 point of view. the black people were 3/5 of a man or whatever. He architected that whole language and blah, blah, blah. According to this TikToker. And TikTokers, they know everything. So anyway, she was saying how it has some redeeming qualities to know that he was that type of guy who probably, really relished being that type of guy. And so much so that he made this fancy type of item. And wouldn't you know it, 200 years later, a type of person that he really, would not have liked during his era is blowing spit down his prized and precious item. And she was like, that's kind of boss. And I was like, all right, I'll take that. But I took it a step further in my mind though. I'm like, that was a perfect, from Lizzo's standpoint. I'm indifferent on Lizzo. I'm not a fan. I'm not a hater. None of that. I'm indifferent. Obviously, somebody thinks she has talent. So that being said, I'm like, you really want to shake shit up. Like you really want to change the game and leave your mark on history. You bent over twerking while you were playing this precious American relic piece of history. If you impress me, play that joint and then smash that motherfucker in front of everybody. I would have smashed that shit. Drop it. You didn't mean it. Drop it. It's insured, I'm sure. Drop that bitch. Like you really want to piss people off, because she has a thing. I do know that much of her. She has a thing about pissing people off. You want to piss some people off? Man, drop that bitch. And then, like when you had a good, a mic drop moment. Flute drop. Drop that bitch. In a million pieces. There. Racism's over. You know what I'm saying? That's your moment, man. They play that to infinity. We'd never not see that video. That would have been chef's kiss. She should have broke that bitch. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I thought. But then I seen somebody in the TikTok that I was watching on Twitter. They were saying how somebody just recently played, like somebody is, I'm doing too much. There was another musical instrument that somebody else recently played that was like just as old, and nobody had shit to say. So once I heard that or saw that, I was like, oh, y'all can't say nothing. Y'all now you're just picking. Because, as soon as somebody black do it, then it's an issue. But definitely she should have broke that shit. All right. All right, there's that, y'all. Man, that's the last story. Hey, real quick, let me give y'all an update on for those of you watching who are attending the show in DC, the Foolishness Friday live show in DC on November 6th. This just happened today. So this is what I need y'all to do. And if you're coming, now if you're not coming to the show, this ain't for you. Don't even worry about it. But if you're coming and you want a hotel room, I just got a block of rooms at a hotel very nearby the venue. So if you need that, I need you to send an email, and I'm going to put it in the chat. FoolishnessFridayLive@gmail.com. This is only for people who need a hotel room and want to get in on our special room rate. It's only for those people. If you're not those people, don't email. If you're not those people, don't be those people. All right, so I just put it in there. FoolishnessFridayLive@gmail.com, because I don't know how many people coming. A lot of people hit me. I'm coming out of town. So I got a block of rooms, or a fair amount. So if you need that, send me an email and I'll shoot you the link. So there's that. Oh, one more thing. I thought it was fun. Let's end on a fun high note. Shout out to my Baltimore City dudes.
Respect y'all, man. I love y'all. You heard me?
Baltimore City dudes, you hear me? Fuck you talking about, dummy. Their dialect is so warm and inviting. So there's this. I saw this on Hood News Media. This dude was narrating a fire. He was narrating firefighters' efforts.
Hey, with the fireman, y'all know y'all job, man. I respect y'all, man. I love y'all. You heard me?
I got I gotta refresh this. You hear me?
Y'all doing y'all job, man. I respect y'all, man. I love y'all. You heard me? I think one of my favorite plays in that bitch. And that bitch hitting the pipe and shit. Man, what the fuck? That's why I love my city, yo. They ain't waste no time getting here. I swear to God. They always do their job, man. You heard me? They always do their motherfucking job, man. Feel like a campfire right here. Roast a marshmallow or something. Shit crazy. Yeah, man. Want me to move right here?
Yeah, go over there and something.
All right, bet I got you, bro. Oh, shit, that shit getting over me. Y'all feel what you said? Look, that shit just got over me. You heard me? God damn. I lost my favorite sale today. Bro got the ladder. Yeah, that ladder, boy. Yeah, God. We in Baltimore, these Baltimore shit, Grandma shit. They got 2 ladders. They got two fucking ladders.
Fuck you talking about?
I said, oh, bet. Hey. Yee.
He said he lost his favorite sale in there.
Damn.
Some junkies burned up the house.
Out of me. What is he saying? Oh, yeah, I got some music dropping lately too. I got some music dropping soon. You hear me? Real shit, man. Come fuck with my music, man. This shit crazy. Y'all know how the fuck this happened, but it's happening. Woo! Oh, some water got on me. I'm really living in a fucking.
Now this is a real weather report.
Right now. I'm damn near fighter. I'm a damn near firefighter. I'm damn near firefighter. Look, they sound like this, burning this shit. What the fuck? But they got a short sprite. Bring in the ladder. I'm not dipping. Bring in the ladder. They doing they shit. Yo, it's not a game, Dabby. Look at that water squirts. Here they go. See what they do.
Water squirts.
It ain't knocking a piece of wood or other shit like that, but fuck that shit, Dabby. We gotta get this shit out. Yeah, man, grab a fire extinguisher, man. And just like that, it's out. It's out, just like that. Fuck are you talking about? My team be ready with all that. You heard me? My team with all that. With the flashlight and all that. My team with all that. Yeah. They put that bitch straight out. Fuck y'all talking about. Y'all have a nice day, man.
Man.
Shit. With the fireman, y'all doing y'all job,
That's
man.
what I'm talking about, man. That's community-based news report, man. You see the relationship he got with the first responders, man. No harm, no foul, none of that, man. Everybody getting along. You gotta love it, man. Team with all that. You hear me? All right. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we thank y'all for playing along, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Let's see. Check for unreadiness in the chat. Is the hotel the Marriott? No. The answer we're looking for is no. It's not the Marriott. And but it's just as quality as it is listed as a 4-star hotel. That's what they listed as in the Union Market area of DC. 4-star hotel. So there's that. Send that email if you got questions. And outside of that, I think that's it, man. Any questions? All right, good. I'll see y'all on the next, man. For everybody that's dealing with the weather in your neck of the woods and all that, be safe. Stay out the way, man. Appreciate y'all, and make sure you follow all the follows. And I think that's it, man. I'm gone.
I don't care.
I'm gone. Hold up.
I don't care if it is.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. All right, I'm gone.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad official.